All right, we're going to start with some general questions about giving. Reggie, what role does giving play in a connectional church?
Vicki, giving is an act of gratitude and of worship. It is truly what we do to respond to God for all that God has done for us. It is a biblical mandate, and we respond to that with gratitude and with joy. Giving should be an expression and an experience that makes us feel better about who we are in terms of helping the church and also helping one another.
Does anybody have anything to add to that?
I would say that's part of our Methodist tradition. John Wesley started to collect offering in all the class meetings in order to help the poor and reach out to others. I think it's part of our tradition, and we feel proud of giving for something bigger than us.
And I would add this, the connection piece. As a connection, we're able to give to a bigger organization that can do more than any of us can do individually at the local church level. By having the connection, we can do more.
Okay. So what questions are you hearing from local churches, John, about giving?
Well, the main question I hear from givers at the local church is how is their money being used and what is it being used for? I've strongly believed that people give to churches if they are supportive and believe in the mission and what's being accomplished and feel like they're a part of that mission and then it's making a difference in people's lives. So I think we as leaders in local churches have a responsibility to help carry that message and to help people understand exactly how their giving helps in very specific ways to make a difference in people's lives at the local level, at the country level, and globally. And how is it that if I give $1 to the church, that makes a difference in somebody's life somewhere, and how can I be a part of that? And I think that's what people want to hear about, and that's what we often get questions, even if that's not their exact question, that's kind of what they're trying to get at, is what difference does it make that I've given some money? And I think we have a responsibility to help people understand that.
Okay.
Vicki, I think John is exactly right. There seems to be a feeling at the local church level particularly that we know we're putting money in the plate, but what happens to that money? How is that money distributed locally and then on an even broader scale than that? And I think that the churches, we do need to do a better job of explaining exactly what impacts every dollar that they give.
Okay.
And when we talk about mission, we talk about praying, we talk about giving, and we talk about going. And when people have the opportunity to see how many things we can do as a church, and our mission is more than just praying, giving, and also going. As a person that have served the church at the different levels in the local church and the general agencies in General Board of Ministries and at the conference level, I can see how the churches use all the monies in different places, and it's so important for us to connect with what we're doing as well.
And some of it we do in a way that we understand what's happened, but other people may not. For example, the Ebola crisis in Liberia. Night after night after night, they would have someone talking about what was going on in Liberia. And most of the nights, they would be standing in front of a hospital that had a cross and flame on it. The announcer never said a word about that being sponsored by the United Methodist Church. But those of us in the Methodist Church could see that cross and flame, and we could see that connection between our offering plate and that cross and flame in Ebola in Ebola-laden Liberia, and we could know that we were making a difference there.
And it's such a powerful witness to the love of Christ and the way that we can be part of that connection and part of that family together. I'm from a very small membership rural church in North Carolina, and just the power of knowing that we sit where we do on Sunday mornings and we're in worship and all through the week, and through our giving we are literally in ministry around the world through the connection that United Methodist Church is very powerful.
Amen.